The largest ecosystem on Earth is the ocean. As a result, it has the greatest number of animal species, some of which are extremely deadly. Today, we're going to look at some of the world's most lethal marine life. Keep watching till number 1 because that's when we'll meet the species wholly to blame for the sharp decline in beachgoers in the middle of the 1970s. Fun fact, octopuses have 3 hearts, can change color to blend in with their surroundings, and can escape through tiny holes. Number 10. The flower urchin. Many of you will have come across sea urchins at some point, and some will have found out the hard way what those sharp spines are for. However, the flower urchin is in a league of its own when it comes to defensive weaponry, described by the Guinness Book of World Records as the world's most dangerous sea urchin, and this one is akin to a term you don't want to be standing on. What makes this urchin so deadly is the potent venom that it is armed with. This venom contains at least 2 dangerous toxins. These 2 toxins are contact and neurotoxin, which causes spasms of the smooth muscles. And the second toxin is petotoxin, a protein toxin which can cause convulsions and anaphylactic type shocks and death. The venom is delivered via the pedicle RA. These are the flower-like structures that give the urchin its names. Once contact is made, with a scan and the pedicel often break off and continue pumping poison into the victim. Apparently, the size of these pedicel RA is directly related to the potency of the venom. The flower urchin has been responsible for a number of deaths over the years, as well as being intensely painful. The urchin sting can result in paralysis, breathing problems, and disorientation can all contribute to drowning. Number 9. The Great Barracuda. You might remember this thing from Finding Nemo, measuring up to 6 feet in length and one with a terrifying array of super sharp teeth. The torpedo-like barracuda is more than capable of inflicting serious injuries. There's actually only about 22 species of barracuda, but it's only the great barracuda that's known to attack humans. The barracuda's diet consists mainly of small and medium-sized fish. It uses lightning speed and ambush tactics to catch them. Many of the recorded attacks on humans seem to have involved a shiny object such as jewelry or even diving knives. Apparently, the barracuda are tragic of these, confusing them with prey, fish, and strike. Such attacks can leave the victim with deep gashes, often resulting in nerve and tendon damage, or in the worst case, severing blood vessels. These injuries can require 100 stitches to patch up. On rare occasions, barracudas have been known to leap out of the water and cause serious injury to people in boats. One recent case in Florida left a female canoeist fighting for her life after suffering broken ribs and a punctured lung after a barracuda attack. Number 8. The cone snail. The cone snail has been a favorite among all shell collectors for centuries, but don't be fooled by its pretty. These snails are indeed killers. Armed with tiny harpoons formed from modified teeth, these critters can fire a hollow barb loaded with deadly neurotoxins in any direction. The harpoon of some of the larger species of cone snail is big and powerful enough to not only penetrate human skin, but gloves or wetsuits too. A single drop of the cone snail venom is said to be sufficient to kill 20 men, making it one of the most venomous creatures on Earth. Known as conotoxins, the poison could be highly specific, affecting only certain types of, well, this may be of a medical interest. The things can generally cause intense localized pain with the life-threatening symptoms of sometimes taking several days to present. On the other hand, rapid paralysis of the respiratory system and death can occur shortly after the sting. In fact, one species of cone snail is known locally as a cigarette snail on account of there being just enough time to smoke one out before you die. Number 7. The leopard seal. The leopard seal is actually named for its spotted coat, although it could have easily been for its fierce nature, sitting right at the top of the Antarctic food chain. The seal is one of the biggest seals in the southern oceans, measuring in and at a whopping 13 feet in length and weighing 1,320 pounds. The leopard seal is a formidable predator in addition to its size and speed. These seals are also armed with a huge mouthline with big pointy teeth set in the head that looks more reptile than a seal. On the leopard seal's rather diverse menu are other species of seals, seabirds, penguins, and fish, although they're also known to seek out krill and small crusta out of the water too. These seals usually hunt by waiting in ambush just below the ice shelf where seals or penguins are entering the water, at which point they pounce. Given that the seal is only found in the frigid waters of the far southern oceans, it doesn't come into contact with humans at all. This makes it all the more shocking that leopard seals have killed people. In 2003, a British scientist was less fortunate. Kirsty Brown, a 20-year-old marine biologist working with the British Antarctic Survey, was snuggling off the Antarctic Peninsula when she was attacked by a large leopard seal. The seal dragged the poor scientist deep underwater, where she then drowned. Leopard seals are pretty fierce, actually. Number 6. The stonefish. This grumpy-looking fellow doesn't seem to be too happy about being the most venomous fish on the planet. Armed with a set of 13 needle-striped spines along its back, the stonefish blends into the background perfectly. Just waiting for some unfortunate furries on the stand on it. The neurotoxic venom of the stonefish is not only dangerous, but unbelievably painful. The sting from this fish is reported to be so excruciating that victims have been said to beg for their legs to be cut off. For obvious reasons, most people get stung on the foot by stonefish. Well, this may bring in new definitions of pain, and those unlucky enough to get stung in the body can be in big trouble. Such stings are potentially fatal, with the venom causing respiratory paralysis and possible heart failure. In serious cases, urgent medical attention is required, and victims will need treating with the antivenom. In fact, this is the second most frequently administered antivenom in Australia, and this has meant that no one has died of a stonefish sting there for nearly 100 years. But hey, I wouldn't count your blessings. Number 5. The blue ring octopus. Instantly recognizable by the iridescent blue rings, these little octopuses spend most of their time hiding in crevices or camouflaging against coral reefs in the Pacific and Indian Oceans. It is only when threatened that the blue ring octopus really lives up to its name and shows its true colors. Its skin becomes a bright yellow and the blue rings even more vivid, almost appearing to shimmer as beautiful as the display might be. It's also a warning that this is one of the most dangerous animals in the ocean. What makes this octopus particularly dangerous is its venom known as tetrodotoxin. This incredibly strong neurotoxin is the same as that found in arrow poison frogs and pufferfish. At around 1,200 times more potent than cyanide, it's only the slightest nick from a blue-ringed octopus that can be fatal. In fact, many victims claim to not even have felt the bite itself. There is no effective antivenom for a blue-ringed octopus, and the neurotoxin works by paralyzing the victim. The main danger here is that it paralyzes the lungs, causing the victim to suffocate. Swift treatment is essential in some serious cases, and this involves putting the victim on life support until the effects of the poison wear off and unassisted breathing is restored, if it's restored. Number 4. The box jellyfish. Box jellyfish are a number of species that get their name from their cube-shaped bodies. Many of the box jellies have particularly venomous stings, and the large sea wasp having the most powerful sting of all, found along the northern coast of Australia and tropical Southeast Asia. The sea wasp is widely regarded as the most lethal jellyfish in the world. Having caused over 60 deaths in Australia alone, the sea wasp venom is the second most powerful of any creature on Earth, with only geographic sea cone more venomous. ESMA suggests that each animal contains enough venom to kill 60 adult humans, and very few animals can cause. So rapidly in extreme cases, death by cardiac arrest has been known to occur less than 5 minutes after being stung. The sting itself causes excruciating pain, along with a burning sensation likened to be branded with a red-hot iron. Contrary to popular belief, urinating on the sting has no discernible effect, and it's just plain gross. Heck, in many cases the tentacles remain attached to the victim, and they can continue stinging even after they have left the sea, often scarring. Number 3. The sea snake seas. Snakes include a variety of species which can only occur in tropical waters of the Pacific and Indian Oceans. It is believed that they evolved from land snakes in Australia and adapted to living in shallow coastal waters by developing a huge left lung stretching the length of most of the snake's body. Being closely related to land-based cobras and kraits, it's a little surprise that many sea snakes are highly venomous. In fact, what's surprising is their venom is much more potent than their land-living cousins. The reason they're so venomous is that they eat fish. This means that they need to quickly immobilize their prey to prevent it from escaping or injuring them. Of all the species of sea snakes, there is one which merits to mention, and that is the beaked sea snake. The beak sea snake is one of the most venomous snakes on Earth. Its venom, said to me, nearly 8 times as strong as that of the cobra. How strong is that? Well, it says with 1 drop of the venom is able to kill 3 men. It's also reputed to be more aggressive than most other sea snakes. The venom of the beak snake contains both in neurotoxins and myotoxins. While the former will kill you through respiratory paralysis, the latter breaks down muscle, causing excruciating pain. Despite its attribute, there have been few fatalities caused by this snake, as it's more commonly found in deeper water. Heck, most bites have actually been to fishermen while emptying their nets. Number 2, the death worm. The terrifying creatures that you're looking at right now are really quite formidable, with those sharp teeth lining the entirety of the mouth and the truth that kind of looks like a cross between the legendary Mongolian death worm and the graboids from the movie Tremors. Either way, this worm creature from hell, does it really exist? Well, not quite. Even extensive research yielded nothing about the veracity of the animal. If there's something even remotely close to this living in the oceans, it should be the bobbit worm. Bobbit worms are huge creatures, often growing up to at least 10 feet long, but their size is not observably obvious because they spend most of their time buried in the sandy ocean floor with only a few inches of its head and body sticking out. When a tasty morsel passes by, they spring into action by grabbing the passing prey with their powerful jaws, and then dragging the helpless victims under the sand where it will be leisurely devoured. Certainly a very dangerous predator for passing fish, but not quite to humans as their choice of habitat. Make sure that human encounters are less than likely. Number 1, sharks. Of course, a list of dangerous ocean creatures wouldn't be complete without sharks. Even since the movie Jaws came out, sharks have got the reputation of being one of the most dangerous creatures living in the ocean, and with very good reason. Measuring up to nearly 25 feet in length and 3 tons in weight, the great white lives up to its name. Its favorite attack tactic is to get below its prey and then head up at a top speed of 30 miles per hour with the mouth open, presenting its fearsome array of dagger-like teeth, and I think we know what will happen next. Unfortunately, many surfers mistaken for seals have been attacked in this exact way. Fortunately, most of them are not fatal, and the helpless victims live to tell the terrifying story for another day. Which dangers would you rather not encounter when going to the beach? Let us know in the comment section below.